In the previous week, I asked ChatGPT to create a trading strategy to turn my $100 into $10,000, and you guys really loved this strategy because the results of that strategy were awesome. Because of that, I decided to make a part 2 in which I'm again going to ask the ChatGPT to create a trading strategy with the same goal to grow the small account quickly. And in this strategy, ChatGPT suggested me to use 3 indicators: the money flow index, the smooth moving average, and the candlestick pattern indicator. So without any further ado, let's get started. So as I said, ChatGPT suggested to use 3 indicators. The first one that we're going to add to the chart is the money flow index. So let's go towards the indicator tab, and here we're going to search for money flow index. There are a lot of options out there, but I personally like this one by Dreams Defined, so we're going to add this to the chart. Now before we talk about how this indicator works, let's go towards the indicator setting to modify the style a little bit so that we can increase the visibility of this indicator. Okay, so this indicator tells us about the overbought and oversold conditions in the market. It considers the real-time price and volume data to tell us about the buying and selling pressure, and the value of this oscillator moves between 0 and 100. This oscillator is used to define the overbought and oversold condition. For example, if the value of this oscillator is above 80, that would mean that the market is in overbought conditions, and if the value of this oscillator is below 20, that would mean that the market is in oversold condition and market is more likely to reverse from bearish to bullish. Now let's go ahead and add the second indicator to the chart, and as suggested by ChatGPT, the second indicator is the smooth moving average. So we're going to go towards the indicator tab, and here we're going to search for smooth moving average, and we're going to add it to the chart. Now before we talk about this indicator, let's go towards the indicator tab, and here we're going to change some settings. So we're going to increase the length from 7 to 100, and also we're going to go towards the style, and here we're going to change the color of this line to white and increase its thickness so that we can see it a bit clearly. Now, unlike the conventional moving average, which gives equal weight to all the candles in its period, the smooth moving average gives more weight to the latest candles. Because of that, it gives us much more smooth line, telling us about the clear market conditions if the market is in bullish or bearish trend. Now let's go ahead and add the last indicator to the chart, and that indicator, as suggested by ChatGPT, is the engulfing candlestick patterns indicator. So we're going to search for engulfing candlestick pattern indicator, and we're going to add this by Armunos to the chart. Now this indicator tells us about all the engulfing candlestick patterns that are forming on the chart by giving us these red and green triangles, and the engulfing candlestick patterns are one in which the body of the next candle totally engulfs the body of the previous candle. This candlestick pattern tells us about the change in momentum. For example, if there is a bullish candlestick pattern in the market, that would mean that the momentum is shifting from bearish to bullish, and if there is a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern in the market, that would mean that the trend is shifting from bullish to bearish. Now that we have the all indicators set up, let's talk about the trend rules for taking long positions according to the ChatGPT strategy. So ChatGPT suggested us to take long positions whenever the market is in bullish trend, and we can identify the trend by looking at the smooth moving average. If the price action is happening above the smooth moving average, that would mean that the market is in bullish trend, and inside the bullish trend, ChatGPT suggested us to look for the bullish candlestick pattern, and in this case, the bullish candlestick pattern is the bullish engulfing pattern. After that, ChatGPT suggested us to confirm the entry by looking at the money flow index, and if the oscillator is above 50, then we are good to take a long position. But when I went ahead and took some long positions according to the strategy, the take profit levels were not very big, or there were a lot of stop losses that would have been hit. So I have modified the strategy a little bit so that you can see how it works and how we can improve the winning ratio of this strategy. So to increase the win probability of this strategy, we need to change the entry rules, and the new rules for taking long positions are as follows. First of all, the market should come near this SMA line, so that we'll be using this line as a dynamic support, and once the market reaches this support, there is a high likelihood that market will bounce back. So we'll be using this line as our dynamic support, and once the market comes near it, we need to look for a candlestick pattern that is a bullish engulfing pattern, and once this condition is also met, we need to go ahead and go to the money flow index, and we'll be using the money flow index as overbought and oversold conditions. So here, whenever we want to take a buy entry, our money flow index should be giving us oversold conditions. So once these three conditions meet here, we are good to take a long position. So we'll go ahead and a long position at the close of this candle, and we'll put our stop loss below the SMA line, and we'll be targeting 1.5 risk to our ratio. So as you can see, our 1.5 risk to our ratio has been met, and this trade is a profit of 1.5 risk to our ratio. Now let's go ahead and look at another example of taking long positions. So here you can see the market has come near the SMA line, indicating that there is a support in the market and there are high chances of market bouncing back. And also in the money flow index indicator, we can see the market returning from the oversold condition. So there is high likelihood that market will go in the bullish direction. And finally, we can see the formation of this bullish engulfing candle. So we can go ahead and take a long position at the close of this candle here, and we'll be again targeting 1.5 raised to our ratio by putting our stop loss at below this SMA line. And again, here we can see our take profit level has been hit. So this trade is again a profit of 1.5 raised to our ratio. For the money management trick, I will suggest you to only risk 2% of your trade, and also break even your trade as soon as 1 raised to our ratio is met, so that you're also saved from the stop losses. Now let's go ahead and talk about the trading rules for taking short positions using this strategy. The first rule is that market must come near this SMA line from below it, so that it will be acting as our resistance. Now whenever the market touches our resistance, the market is likely to bounce back. So for example, if the market comes near this SMA line and it is acting as a dynamic resistance, there are high chances that market will reverse back. The second condition is that the money flow index should be in the overbought condition, so that there is high likelihood of market reversing from bullish to bearish. The third and final condition is that there should be a formation of bearish engulfing candlestick patterns. So once these three conditions are met, we are good to take a short position at the close of the candle where the engulfing candlestick pattern is forming, and we can put our stop loss at the above this SMA line, and we'll be targeting again 1.5 risk to our ratio. Now again, this depends upon your risk appetite. If you're risking more percentage of your account, then you're exposed to more risk, but you can also take more profit. Here, let's go ahead and take a look at another short trade. So for example, here you can see the market pulled back near this SMA lines, and this line is acting as a resistance. And also the money flow index value or the oscillator value is above 80, indicating the market is in overbought condition. So we're good to take a short position with the formation of this bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. And once this candlestick pattern forms, we can go ahead and take a short position at the close of this candle here, and we'll be again putting our stop loss above this SMA line, and we'll be targeting 1.5 raised to our ratio. So as you can see, again in this trade, the 1.5 raised to our ratio has been met. Now you can see, using ChatGPT and some of our knowledge, we have been able to make this strategy into profitable one, and you can also increase the win probability of this strategy by using some indicators that are very good for the trend identification and that tell you about the overbought and oversold conditions in the market. I think these three conditions will be very good whenever applied to any strategy, and you can also use this strategy along with other indicators to increase their win probabilities as well. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I would love to answer them. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.